HPI Racing's Stage D10 drift car is past the teaser stages and it's about to hit the streets. I got the awesome Ben Hobson Mustang. This thing looks absolutely cool, but can it drift? That's what we're gonna find out in this parking lot. But first up, we gotta hit the workbench to see what this car is all about. Here's the Stage D10 out of the box, and I unearthed it from all of those boxes back there. They've got the chassis in one, the body in another, the radio in the third, and then it comes with all those parts you see on the bench back there, and it's all stuffed into that box, which is a really cool looking box. HPI has some really cool box art. But here's the car, guys. This is absolutely awesome. HPI is just stepping it up everywhere in all categories. And this is going to be great for the entry-level crowd getting into drifting. This Ready to Run is packed full of features. So starting off with the body, it is a licensed 2024 Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD, the Ben Hobson livery on this. And guys, they nailed it. With the exception of the decal windows, you know, I'm actually tired of complaining about it at this point. It actually looks pretty cool on this one. They've got all of the licensed logos throughout this, the Pennzoil on the side, the RTR vehicles, Ford, Optima. Some of this is paint, some of this is decal. But when it comes together, man, it looks really good. Just a couple of decals are pulling up, and I'm just gonna hit those with a heat gun really quick. That'll activate the adhesive, and we'll be ready to go. So before I get into the really cool feature, it is a multiple piece body. This lower side skirt here is screwed on. The Lexan spoiler is screwed on. The grille is molded. You can see the vents are molded, and then they've got LED lights behind the headlights here. They even got purple LED lights in the grille, and then you spin it around. These tail lights look absolutely awesome. This is a separate lens, and there's LED lights behind it. Now the big deal, there are no body clips. It is a magnetic system from the factory. Check this out, really easy to pop this off. And look at that, guys. There are all the wires nicely just taped up out of the way. There's the magnets, the light buckets and everything. Really nice job on this one. Now the thing is, when you pull this car out of the box, you actually have to go and install the body mount. So that's kind of why it's in different boxes. What I think they're gonna do is they're gonna have the chassis, and then they're just gonna throw different bodies on depending on what style you choose. Makes their life a little bit easier, but yes, you're gonna have to go put these magnets on the body posts. You're gonna have to assemble this part of the rear body mount section. It takes about 10 minutes, but not too bad. So this is like not a ready to run. I'm gonna call it an almost ready to run, because you do need to do some assembly, and you are going to need to supply battery and charger to get this thing up and going. To power the LED lights, they give you this cool cable, so you can just pull the body off, leave this on if you want. I have it off because we're going to take a closer look at the chassis now. And this is a really nice setup. I know it's composite. I know a lot of the drift community wants to see carbon fiber on here, but it is done well for a composite chassis. Look at all the screw holes in the bottom. Looks like you can move a number of things around, battery position, everything. You got a foam front bumper. Looks like a solid top deck. A battery mounting setup looks pretty easy. You got this little swivel right here, slide your battery in. That's simple enough. Check out the front bulkhead. Lots of stuff going on here with the bulkhead, suspension and everything. So you can go and adjust your caster with this. It looks like they've got the steering cranks on an angle, all ball bearings in the steering, double wishbone suspension up front, shock tower with just tons of holes. So you could go and adjust your shock position, even holes on the lower arm, and check out the steering angle. It's got the steering angle that I think drift drivers are gonna wanna have out of this. Just look at all the adjustments on the steering block as well. They've got a fake brake disc, and the caliper is mounted, so the disc just spins in the caliper, which is really cool. And then actually the 12mm hexes, they give you these little adapters to slide on the outside, so you could go and adjust the offset of the wheel. Then inside here, oil-filled composite shocks with threaded bodies, so you could go and adjust your preload on here, and they're just nice and soft, guys. Feels really good from the factory. Then on all four corners, you've got drift wheels and drift tires, the split spoke in the front, you got the dish in the rear, and that does mean that the rear wheel is a separate design from the front. It's got these screw holes so you can put the dish on, but you got the decals on there, hard plastic tire for drifting. Let me spin it around for the rear suspension, just kind of your standard H-arm with a adjustable upper link. And again, plenty of holes on the shock tower, the oil-filled shocks, and nice and soft in the rear as well. So just tons of adjustment throughout. I'm not even touching on all the adjustments just yet, but this is a highly tunable car. And I did hear that they're going to have a ton of option parts for it as well. So if you want to deck this thing out as you go along, as you grow with the car, you're going to be able to do that. Getting into the driveline now. So here is your transmission setup, ball bearings, multiple gears on the inside. It does have an open differential. It feels like they've got a thick grease in there, and then steel dog bones, steel outdrive, steel axles. And the big deal with this is you can go and adjust the motor plate angle. I think I saw 100 different angle options or something like that. I don't know if they're exaggerating on their website, but you can move this thing around and just adjust your weight transfer, which is really cool. Something that I know drift guys want. I'm just going to rock it as is because we're probably going to hit a parking lot. Then into electronics, we got a Metal Gear waterproof servo. I think this is a high response servo. And right up here on top of the top deck is the D-Box 3. This is your gyro. This is what does the counter steering when you're going into a corner to help with your drifting. And I believe that is adjustable as well. You can adjust the gain on that, which I know people are going to look for. There is your receiver. I like how they just tucked in the wires. It's got this little clip holding things down. And then up here, they've got this little wire clip as well. Just keeps everything nice and neat. You've got a 20 turn motor in this. It is a brushed motor, but it's got to get the job done for a ready to run. At least it's got an XT60 plug on it. Just note that because you're going to need the battery and it's going to need an XT60 plug. And then it looks like we've got a Hobbywing WP2 speed controller on this. 2 to 3S LiPo compatible. And yeah, there's your heat sink, all those pills on the bottom there. Should be adjusted from the factory on-off switch, but really cool looking car. Now let me show you what else comes inside the box beyond the body mounts. So we've got this TF51 radio system. This is new. This is kind of interesting looking. I think I like it. It's very blocky. It's got a bunch of trims under the cover here. Good feel to it, except for the handle grip here. It's kind of catching. See this ridge? It's kind of catching it on my hand, so that might get a little annoying. But actually just cool looking radio. Good for HPI. Instruction sheets, of course, quick start guide. They give you this Tamiya adapter for whatever reason. No idea why that's there. Some basic tools. These are some additional parts, I think some for tuning. Looks like we got an idler gear in there as well. Looks like there is a lockout for the differential, so if you want to get rid of the open differential setup, you go ahead and do that. Shock pistons, servo arms. Looks like we got some suspension plates too. And then here is the body mounting package that it comes with. I think it's just a universal setup. So they give you some additional plates. I guess if you want to go throw a different body on there that doesn't have plates, you'll be able to set it up with that. They've got all these posts and different body mounts that just allow you to use whatever body is. And then just a ton of body clips, ton of screws. So there is potential there to go and swap out the body if you want. So really cool look, guys. Really excited to see this from HPI, and now we're just going to go out and have some fun with this. All right, guys, we're going to get going with this right out of the box. No changes whatsoever, just threw some batteries in here. And yeah, it looks like I've got to get a little practice under my belt first. Oh, look at that. All right, starting to get into it. Yep, and my usual loops. Now, I don't have a P-tile track near me, so I'm just in this painted parking lot here. But I have a feeling a lot of people are in my shoes and don't have a spot to go and run, and why should we lose that on the fun, right? Will work for people just going out to a parking lot, tennis court, whatever. Let's practice my loops, wide drifts, and then the loop out. We getting full angle on that? Let's see, let's check out the steering and the dual rate. It is not turned all the way up. So now I think we got a little bit more steering. There we go. Yeah, you can see that full lock now. All right, guys, got some cones out there for some practice. And part of the problem with this parking lot is it's angled for the drains. So it's always like off camber. And that just throws things off for me, at least. Whoa, a lot of initial turn in. All right, getting it down, getting it down. There we go. I mean, I just go out for some fun drifting, but you know, this has got some serious response to it. And I think the low throttle is just better for me. So I'm just gonna keep it all the way down, like under 8 throttle here. Roll in, slide out. Barely using 8 throttle. I think it's got way more power than I can use. Doop. Little doink. I'd love to get this on a drift track. Just driving to one was not in the cards for this week. Lots of stuff going on, guys. But again, a lot of these things are just going to hit parking lots, and we need to see if it's capable. I think this thing is. Look at that. I think you're going to have fun with it. It's definitely going to hone in your skills. And there is so much tuning possibilities with this car. Plus, it just looks sick. The magnetic body system, absolutely awesome. But more importantly, awesome control, I think. Definitely got to grow into it. Definitely got to learn with it. Don't do that. One big drift around the outside. Nope. See, I hit that transition. I think that's my problem here. Just trying to find a clean parking lot to run on for you guys. Yeah, see, this arcs down over there. All right, guys, so there's your first look at the new HPI Stage D10. Awesome looking car. It's got some serious potential. Again, tons of option parts are going to come out for this car. I think we just need to keep an eye on HPI Racing. These guys are moving. I'll have links in the video description below. Hit up your local hobby shop, and we'll see you back soon for some more RC Driver videos.